Hi everyone, I'm Paul Pomerleau. Thank you for joining me on another one of my videos today. This is my 2014 Victory Cross Country Tour. It comes with a cable actuated clutch system. And like anything else, failures happen, and it would be sad to be stuck on the side of the road when such a simple piece of equipment breaks on you. Now you can buy emergency cable replacement kits, but last I checked, they were over $50 US. Today, I'm going to show you step by step on how to make your own custom cable for a lot less. So let's get started. First thing we're going to need is some steel cable. If you can get stainless steel, that would even be better because then it'll never rust. This particular one is 3/32 of an inch in diameter. I have stock handlebars on my bike, and my clutch cable is 82 inches in length. That is 6'10". I buy this stuff by the foot, so I need to have at least 7 feet. We're also going to need some cable stops. This comes from a company called Dorman. They have a little package here with various sizes, but the one we need is 3/8 of an inch in diameter. The cable fits perfectly right through the center. They also come with 1/4 inch by 20 bolts that they use to secure the cable in place. But we won't be able to use these, and here's why. So down at the clutch arm, it doesn't matter how you build your cable, you've got lots of room. It's going to fit. Even if you build it with bolts, it's still going to work. But the clutch lever fits into a housing, so you can't have anything protruding off the top or the bottom. You can see at the clutch lever that the slot where the cable goes in is not centered. So if I loosely just put this cable stop onto the cable and put it into the lever, you can see it sticks up. So this cable stop cannot be used as is. So I went out and I bought some set screws. These ones are 1/4 inch long. And they use an Allen key to insert them. And rather than pinching the cable right in the center, let me show you how I do it. What I want to do is when I take the cable and put it through the access hole, I want to take one of the set screws, put it in one side, and just keep going. I want to force that cable as far over as I can, even deforming the cable, thus making it harder to pull out while it's under stress. So I'm going to take my set screw. This is a 1/8 inch Allen key, and I'm going to put the cable through the access hole until it's about flush and tighten it down as much as I can. Now, I'm not going to be able to hold on to this cable stop while I tighten this down as much as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 1/4 inch threaded bolt, and I have a nut on it. I'm going to put that in on one side just by a couple of threads, and then turn the nut as far over as I can. I'm going to use it as a jam nut. I'm going to hold it with a wrench, and now I can really tighten down the Allen key. Put a lot of stress on it. Tighten it right down as far as you can go. And now I'll loosen the jam nut. And now I can take the other set screw, put it in the other side to hold it in place, and jam it down again. This does two things. One side, the set screw is flush. The other side is countersunk. Now when we put the cable stop into the lever, the countersunk side is the part where we can file off a little bit of the cable stop to make it flush, and you won't touch the set screw. Brass is a fairly soft material, so it shouldn't take much to file it down. You can use a grinder or whatever you like, but for me, I'm just going to use a file. And you can also put some Loctite in the threads of the set screws if you like. So now this cable stop is permanently attached to the cable, and it fits perfectly into the clutch lever. Now, as for the other end, this particular cable consists of 7 strands of wire twisted around each other. If it starts to fray at this end, then you're never going to be able to feed it through the sleeve of your clutch. A couple of things we can do about that. We could either put some solder on it and then file it nice and smooth, or we could put a piece of heat shrink on it. Now, if we put heat shrink on this, it'll easily still go through your sleeve, but it probably won't be able to fit through the access hole of the cable stop down at that end. So after you feed the cable through the sleeve, you may have to take a knife and slice off the heat shrink, therefore allowing you to be able to put the cable stop on. For me, I'm going to use solder. Now take the entire thing and put it in a Ziploc bag. It takes up no room, and you'll be able to carry it anywhere on your bike. For a few extra cents, I have 10 feet of cable in here, because it's not about me. It's about the other rider out there stuck on the side of the road. And no matter what type of handlebars they have, I have more than enough cable to help them. And that's what it's all about. Thank you very much for joining me on another one of my videos today. Have fun, ride safe, and I'll see you next time.